the BLAST Open Rotterdam. We got FURIA versus TYLOO. It kicks off on Mirage, where it feels like G's putting a lot of eggs in this basket, Mohan.
I can understand why, for sure. I do think that we're just kind of relying on FURIA to be exceptionally off today.
Sure.
Because they have been losing, but it's like under duress circumstances.
Yeah.
Maybe it won't happen again. TYLOO's the perfect team to really show us if it's FURIA who are lacking, or because I don't know if TYLOO really have the self-belief right now that the series is going to go their way.
Yeah, I mean, TYLOO do not have a best-of-3 win over a non-Asian team since September 12th, 2025. That's about 6 months. And we know that the highs of Austin are long gone, so Zero kicking it off. New kid on the block for the TYLOO camp this run in Europe. But beyond that opening kill, it all falls down to G. Him v4, point blank up against Rix. Moseyuh's got one for the road, and it will be FURIA to strike first here in the best of 3.
Moseyuh is like the first guy that we're watching because, like, lately the form, like with the form breaking down a little bit, you're kind of, everyone's trying to point the finger at, you know, what might be the issue.
Right, who's
or
to
whatever.
blame? Who's to blame?
Yeah, and Moseyuh has been under the spotlight for that, which also means more pressure, which probably makes it harder as a player whose self-reference is being, you know, so young to this level. But that's the pressure when you play alongside Fallen on the best Brazilian team. You know, it's just like, it's going to come with it. And I think the real question for FURIA is not so much a stage like this, an event like, it's their quality of play when the major rolls around.
Sure.
And proving that they can just consistently be good until then.
Fallen given a real chance to just get his hands on some easy frags. You got Glocks in front of you, brother. Kindar coming over. Now the support's in place, and the MP9s drop the bomb. That's going to confirm it for everybody, and still no way Jam Young's the 4th guy to go into that fight, but takes his sweet time with it. FURIA going to convert it with just the MP9 lost to the wayside. No big deal. 2-0. Let's keep it rolling.
Because I don't know about you, but I don't think FURIA are going to turn any heads, you know, winning almost any other event. You know what I mean? Like, I think a big win is obviously going to be really important. Hong Kong was super special.
Sure.
But now it just showed us what they can do, right? They can win a thriller best-of-5 grand final where Falcons actually aren't choking and still beat them.
Yep.
Like, they can beat almost anybody. They were the only other team to get #1 last year.
Right.
Like,
the only other team
actually
to just win consecutive events as well.
Yeah. So now it's like, you know, not even just a deep run of the majors enough for them. Like, the expectations are so high. In a field where everyone's got expectations, theirs might be the highest. You think?
I think in a world where everybody kind of wants Vitality to have their challenger, then definitely, because FURIA were the only guys to kind of throw themselves into that circle of teams.
They've unfortunately showed us how good they are.
Yep. Should have kept on sucking. Or something like that. We get the double entry into the A-bomb site. There's actually legs to stand on here for TYLOO. Maybe it's not fair to...
Yeah, this is a great round.
I was going to say, I kind of just, with the nature of the first 2 rounds, wrote them off, but we get this explosive hit into the A-bomb site, made awkward by the smoke towards Ticket. We get a duel around the side of that smoke. And then from that point, once they've got their hands on the round, TYLOO just grabbed this opportunity to win one in the 3rd. So,
I mean, yeah, FURIA are lucky to get away with anybody. They got absolutely ran through. That was excellent entry work.
Moseyuh with the double and Zero with 1. Blast open the ramp hit, catch the Ticket player empty-handed.
There is the question, I think, with like with Chinese CS, because they do have such a strong scene in terms of they have lots of their own tournaments and stuff like that. I mean, this is even the case with like the Mongols playing in that region. They were like winning so much prize money without ever leaving that it feels like house money when they come over to play a European tournament or versus the top 10 teams in the world, because they can dominate, make so much cash, and they can do that without even leaving Asia, essentially, which sort of just feels like a foreign part of the scene to the main, you know, action, which always is taking place in Europe.
A satellite scene.
Yeah, but in the end, I think like China's like the single biggest country in terms of player base, so it's kind of just like a whole different world.
Think back to the highs of Austin when Lin Vision and TYLOO were leaving their mark and kind of upping Chinese success. I mean, TYLOO's got a trophy lift in 2025. The value that would have brought back to the scene that they have since dominated in this run to Europe, right? So trying to find that groove and maybe sure the confidence on Overpass is just non-existent. I mean, shout out G for just being real with that one.
That map is just so hard, it almost feels like you're not even ashamed to say it. You know, if you're not the guys who play it all the time or make it in your map pool, it's like, yeah, best team in the world are going to crush you there. Oh, nice. Okay. Nice reaction. Nice flick here, Moseyuh.
With that, pressure back onto the B bomb site. Yakindar's got a freebie though as Moseyuh crosses over with no support from Catwalk. Nobody there to deal with Yakindar. Fast kill to Jam Young. And tries to go one further, but G's got the answer. Unfortunately, he is wrapped up in that bomb site attack from both sides, and Mercury, a little late to the party, is going to die with 0 trade potential. I just walked by Yakindar in the hallways of the studio. He said, "Are you casting our game?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Good. I'll make it fast for you."
Wow. Okay. He doesn't like playing the late games, which, you know, makes sense. Hard to balance your energy all the way up until, especially since Fallen's 34 years old.
That's true.
You know, I'm 35. Hard to cast this late for me, Connor. So.
Are you older than Fallen?
Is he 34? I guess I am,
he's
yeah.
Gotta be 36, no?
Fallen? That would make him the oldest.
He's 34. You're older than Fallen? Why do I work with you?
Yeah, that is weird because I've always just assumed that, like, even in, like, back in 2016, he's always had this old man presence.
Yeah. Well, it's always, you know, I'm older than Rain.
Yeah, that's not possible.
That never looks right. Just doesn't look right.
And Norwegian genes.
Them goddamn giants.
Yeah. I just have great skin. So
good on you, man. Keep it up. 35? Bye-bye. Hey, at least you're not Moses.
Another man with great skin.
Grouped up with the Tech 9s, ready to pop through smoke. Fallen.
That looks way too easy.
Far too simple. Stuffs them on the exit of the smoke. The players behind it, especially the Opera here in G, unable to kind of crest through that smoke with any kind of impact, so he just tucks tail, walks it away. Maybe Jam Young's got something on the cat play to unravel the B site, but it certainly doesn't feel that way at 30 seconds.
It is crazy already how easy FURIA have made this look in terms of all the gaps they find. Every little push, every time they stand in front of where a flash should land. They have a great sense of where TYLOO are going to be a little bit too loose. Tie loose.
Man, you really got me thinking. I'm almost as old as Fallen.
How old are you again?
I'm 31 years old.
Call it a day, bud.
Damn, Mo. It was nice while it lasted, buddy.
But the thing is, you'll always be almost as old as Fallen.
That's true, yeah.
It'll never, ever change.
God, I just really tried my best. I can't pass this guy.
It's just the goat at everything.
Gabriel Toledo. Nice to have him back. Full force FURIA coming to this one.
Hey, you never know when he's going to retire, Connor.
I know. Which scares me.
He's always threatening.
Because what does that say about you?
Where, yeah, everyone's getting old.
My God.
I'm going to do it at the next Rio. We'll do it together.
Okay, sure, yeah.
I'll do it in Portuguese.
One last dance.
Yeah, let's do a last dance. Let's do a last dance.
I'll retire at the first Canadian major. How about that? Second.
Yeah. Because once you get one, maybe we could definitely get two.
Yeah.
And we got a couple cities to hit, right? We have to do Montreal and Toronto,
and
maybe a Vancouver could get thrown in there just because they exist.
No Regina?
I don't. How many people are there?
Probably a few thousand. Hexed.
Oh, true. Well, at least we have a representative. I was wondering. I was like, who's the representative?
Yeah, we know a guy from Regina.
It's a real place, guys.
It is. So is Shabugamu, Quebec. Chew on that one.
You might have heard of Saskatchewan, but have you heard of Saskatoon?
What about Ile de la Madeleine?
I haven't heard of it, no.
Now you have. Great peek. Yekindar making mincemeat of these opening moments. Just you give him space to play how he wants. He's gonna hit you when you don't expect it, and that's what happens to the mid walk up. They're trying to size up this A site. Ramp controls taken over by FURIA. In that kind of pause, TYLOO offered Yekindar and friends.
They said have CT spawn. We don't even worry about it.
And I think a lot of the confidence that G was, justifiably nervous about when it came to Overpass, it's still going to be applied here to Mirage. We've seen plenty of Mirage gameplay out of FURIA in recent months.
Jamyoung just being dead silent on the stairs, ready for his 50-50.
Him and Mercury, 2v4, insta-headshot.
I think just about to change.
Ooh, it is quick with it. That was Fallen, folks, with the follow-up insta-kill on Mercury. So you'll get your bomb plant, but you'll get nothing thereafter.
He lost focus for just a split second after waiting for 20. So not much that could be done there. I mean, they're getting blasted through the floor. They got this Palace wallbang here from Caserado.
Well, from Caserado's perspective, I think it's a ceiling.
One man's floor. FURIA played more Mirages this year, 15 than TYLOO did. Officials, 13. Damn.
TYLOO are on a 7-match win streak, though, in 2026. Versus regional opposition. But that's what they come into this game with.
Strongest region, so.
Yuri's gonna find backs turned. Down goes the one AK that TYLOO brought to the table. Yeah, and his teammates here on the scene to make sure he is the only death. Yuri's death not in vain. His triple kill valuable. The cleanup duty quick to play. And FURIA, Yekindar wasn't kidding.
They get a CT start on Overpass. That can't go too badly.
It's true. That will bode well for TYLOO. Hopefully.
You know, I know Jamyoung sitting there like, I like Overpass.
Sure, that's fair.
I mean, so far, this is promising from FURIA. You might see this and go, well, yeah, of course they're going to do this. But no, not necessarily based on the last week. So
things have gotten weird for FURIA as of late.
They've taken a lot of weird losses, so.
Losing 4 of their last 6 matches to teams like Astralis, 3D Max, Bait, and the Mongols. Although stock's rising for Astralis as of late.
Yes, that is one thing.
Popping open the smoke. We've got a double kill here for TYLOO. Make it a clean sweep, shall we? Yeah, 5 alive and 5 down on the side of FURIA. It's a matter of time and honestly a matter of tempo there as well. I think TYLOO, sometimes, you kind of take your gloves off, come out flying. Some of their hard-headed attacks onto that A bomb site have been the 2 successful rounds so far. It wasn't waiting around to this one. It was just a matter of moving it along and finding these instant headshots. So AIM looking to power up there in round 8 for TYLOO. It nets them a 2nd round win.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like ironically, if you're getting crushed, the way to start winning rounds is not to like meet your opponent and play even more difficult rounds. It's to play more compact rounds that just highlight what you can match them on. Yeah, and that's been those A plays.
Caserado forgoes the perch. Flames behind Jamyoung, puts him back into the duel though on Caserado's terms, and even with Caserado tagged down to 20, that's opening kill. FURIA.
Oh man, another.
I missed that though. Mercury comes swinging out.
Yeah, a little weird actually because he mollies it, but just doesn't think. Essentially, shouldn't have mollied it. Yeah.
Or thought maybe he'd run back towards the other side of middle. Who knows?
Yeah, that is true. A lot of attention towards B from both teams. That's not great for TYLOO. They'll actually change their game plan a bit.
They've got the time to do so.
That's unfortunate. Could you call it that? It felt unfortunate.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected someone to actually push that, so I get it. Man, they're just rerouting to B, but there's still all these players here.
This double cap push as well, so perfectly timed. Yeah, it's not even like you catch him jumping up either. Yakindar pops up, got a headshot angle. Now an Op has to push through a smoke with the bomb. I don't think so. You got Fallen tucked back in by bench. Done deal as FURIA take the 7-2 lead in a matter of about 6.5 minutes.
Almost 7 minutes.
Almost.
Lights out. I mean, every kill is, besides this one smoke push, there's always been like a boost, a nade paired with it, a good timing peak. Like, they are also making these frags easy for themselves. I wonder if it's in the back of G's mind to say, well, how can we create that A opportunity again? Because my entries like that site. Lurk chances or not? Moseyuh is not super worried. Zero, in fact, is the one who is. I'm kind of expecting them to take a crazier risk to find a new timing. You know, the Counter-Strike, it's a lot about like having a game plan, but while you're communicating and organizing it, also throwing in a little bit of extra stuff so that the other team doesn't know what you're getting closer to doing. If the map is a little too quiet, that's where, you know, FURIA are for sure just going to be prepared. As it stands, I mean, A site still looks like a pretty good place to go. They've just got to stop Yuri from getting a multi, and they're going above first. But it's perfectly spotted. Yeah, that's really
well
nice
done by
from
Yuri.
Yeah. Gotta love a good angle. You know, don't even have to be a good player to stand there. That's going to work for anybody.
Moseyuh flashing him in, though, for the fight. FURIA not giving anything away for free. Knew they had to confirm numbers. We get this scramble rotate out of Caserado. He's now joined Moseyuh right behind him. You tease the Opper, and Moseyuh is not going to miss a duel like that one. Good damage back the other way for 97. You've got Moseyuh now very wounded, but the support system of Caserado early into position. Bomb plant attempt from Jam Young. He knows he's going to get run down, gunned down, mowed down even. All of TYLOO hit the dirt on the attempt to take that A site as yet again, 4 players from FURIA survive.
Yeah, this half is absolutely evaporated at this point. 2 very clean A attacks to get them the 2 rounds they've got, but they haven't shown us they can win towards B. They're getting pushed, disrespected, easily trade fragged, multi-killed in a lot of these situations. But again, it's a nice sign for FURIA, who aren't just expected to come out, destroy everybody at this event, end up in the grand finals. That's not the expectation this week. It's to see if they feel good. Right. Because if they do, then we could totally see that happening. But you know, when Maui called them a dark horse, or like wanted to pick them, I'm like, yeah, but I was thinking, man, they're a very dark horse right now. Like it's, you know, and it's kind of crazy because you go from favorite to dark horse in like a matter of a few matches these days.
Counter-Strike moves fast.
Yeah.
I think that same thing kind of happened back at Bounty. I remember FURIA win their opening game, and in our post game, we kind of asked them like, oh, does this mean FURIA's back? And Fallen even said, he's like, it's funny that after one, you know, a few bad losses, and, oh, we need to come back as if we've gone anywhere. Problem being that things got worse from there.
Yeah,
right. And it's like, it's this, I don't want to, it's not rebuilding. They haven't moved any pieces. There was obviously some like external factors as well in the most recent event. And
no, their real problem is that they lost that match to Navi at Budapest.
Right.
And that was just, and now they have to wait 6 months for another major. That's kind of their real issue. That loss right before a break as well, you know? So.
And a really tough one for Moseyuh in particular.
Yeah.
I mean, we cast that
We know that's
game.
not him, but at the same time, it is kind of right now in some of those games, so.
Yeah, that's him particularly, not even the, you know, the team have to deal with it as a unified front, but at the same time, him individually, like I'm sure he's just chomping at the bits to get back on a major stage.
So big move here for TYLOO. They're going to try to make it B again, but it feels like FURIA have the information they want.
Kindar tucked in, support down beneath. He waits for the second player, and Moseyuh is going to deal with the one that did make.
Whoa, come on.
It's
play with him.
So clean from Yakindar. Swaps out the AK as Jam Young stuck on the other side of the smoke, and FURIA couldn't have asked for a better CT side, really. Yeah. 2 quick A commitments out of TYLOO are what they have put on the scoreboard. Those all-in rushes, one from ramp, another with majority out through connector. You catch FURIA off guard twice. Every other round so far belongs to them.
Jam Young.
Gonna try to take a look at the site. Don't die after time. They will at least give you the sweet release of death. That's a 9th to the scoreboard for FURIA.
Oh boy. This is not the best exec. Not ready to clear this spot. Definitely, gonna say missing some flashes on a lot of their B plays. Almost never is someone blind behind the smoke they're running through. In this case, just open lines.
Just continuing to try to pummel and pelt TYLOO as they come out top middle.
255,000 residents in Regina.
Yuri is going to go down empty-handed, and another moment where TYLOO don't show much hesitation to take over an A site. Looking like a 3rd successful A site endeavor. But final round of the half, so FURIA will take a swing at the retake in just a moment's time. Bit of utility here to try to soften things up from Ticket, but Moseyuh is still able to hang on, and Mercury's going to slow down the catwalk play. Bomb at the halfway point. And as Moseyuh still waits for somebody to overstep, looking pretty statuesque are a couple of these pieces. There's 2 of the 5 needed, but you gotta shake up the hive, and they come back with a bit of a sting. TYLOO gonna end this half with 3 rounds, and that's not bad considering how much pressure FURIA were capable of putting on them out of the gate. 9-3, the end of the first 12 rounds.
He's not warming up. He's hunting.
It's just a fluke. You can't drop 30 like that every match.
What possessed God in heaven to make a player like Moseyuh?
God did not make Moseyuh. I made him.
You trained him, right?
I teach this kid everything. Discipline, positioning, grenade lineups. He's ignoring it all.
You wanted to see me?
Come sit, Daniel.
I've seen your flashbangs. Did Fallen teach you nothing?
Utilities for people that miss.
That's not game sense, bro. That's madness.
Madness? No, confidence.
He's not blinking. I don't think he's blinked since he walked in.
Look, Daniel, the teams out there, they know you're dangerous. They're planning around you. They don't want to end up in another highlight reel from you.
If they don't want it to be in highlight reel, they're gonna need one thing.
And what's that?
Disconnect.
He's so intense.
You think you can keep this up every single match?
They can't stop me.
You remind me of me. Just younger, TikTok generation. A little bit less patient, but still very good. You can't coach that. You can only survive it.
Stop trying to coach me. Start following my calls.
Ha, be careful. Last time I said it, they made me an IGL.
Is this how roster changes happen?
FURIA going to work tonight on TYLOO, unfortunately, for our Asian representatives. Down 9-3. FURIA's CT side looking pretty damn impenetrable, but the 3 rounds that TYLOO did take over, it was just some tenacity towards that A site. So we'll see what kind of an attack FURIA bring to the table, whether they are also looking for rapid rounds on the offense. But needless to say, feeling like FURIA may be in full force this week.
This could be a good timing. He's got to throw that flash, though. It takes a while. Bop. All right.
Finds one blind, tries to capitalize, only gets the one. Jamyoung's going to find the kill back to KSCERATO. Still space taken over by FURIA. 3 sets of boots on the ground.
Yo.
Clean tap out of Jamyoung as he looks for another one. Squeezed from both sides, but successful. With a triple kill within that hold, TYLOO got a little fight left in him.
A long time ago, I made like the best crosshair placement in Asia video on Jamyoung, because that's like, that shows off exactly why he's a beast when it comes to keeping it headshot level.
Just didn't feel pressured for this kill, right? Floating around, snaps it back on Yuri. Not even holding the corner either. Catches Yuri fully swung out against the wall. And that's going to be Gun's advantage for TYLOO here in round 14.
We'll see if they can close the deal, because this will not be a free half buy force for FURIA. It is going to take their full attention.
Got
That was awesome.
sounded very squishy.
Skid off his head right there. That was beautiful.
4 M4s on the field for TYLOO as well. They have not cheaped out on the investment. Mercury takes a bit of damage. Zero tries to go for the lower reposition, and he's got his. Molidoy's the only player out through FURIA's success so far. And now KSCERATO adds himself to the tally.
That bomb can get collected, and the smoke will allow him to cross. An upgrade to the M4. KSCERATO's in business if they're not too careful. They should easily be able to, though. All 3 here together.
Mercury's low on the reposition towards window. Nice dink damage on the MP9, but Moseyuh kind of peeks into the stream of bullets. That's a headshot, and Mercury takes the time to wrap back around towards Ticket and finalize the round. 4 M4s purchased, 2 of them move forward into the next round.
Playing dangerous games there for a second, but they avoid the jeopardy. It's really nice on the A-hold, to be honest, and that smoke block helped a lot. Mercury just had full vision. Could stand here comfortably. I see Zero getting tested as well.
I mean, just a chance for us to kind of learn more about him. I think especially in this kind of a circumstance where FURIA have put the pressure on instantly with a successful CT side. G has 1 kill, and yet still seems in high spirits.
I don't know. I've seen G. You see G get upset, but he just like, it's always like an ephemeral moment.
It
like
washes
he lets
off
go
quickly.
Of it. Yeah,
it washes off quickly. Boots on the ground. Flash finds its mark. And Mercury still with enough bullets to hang on. KSCERATO, what are you up to? Double Desert Eagle headshot, back-to-back bullets.
Don't make any more mistakes with him around.
Third guy's giving him way too many opportunities. Uncomfortable, but KSCERATO loses his last teammate. He would need the ace to pull this one off. And he's given some chances there beyond the first 2 kills, but 2's all he ends with.
Everyone's having fun now.
TYLOO start closing that gap.
I feel like, obviously, for them, CT side here on Mirage with a nice kickstart off the pistol. It's going to be the... Oh,
Wait, what?
I don't even know about that.
Huh?
Was that just because he was running while he shot? Was that even around him? Was he in the same area code exactly?
I'm going to request we watch that one after this round as well, please. I don't know if I can make those requests, but
It's probably going to be picture-in-picture tiny, so you can't even really see it.
gotten out top mid. TYLOO threatened the presence bottom connector, but are pretty quick to fall back into this, and they are very much clumped up here towards the A/jungle side.
Super clumped up, though I will say there's a lot of options to hold things around connector where you're not just on top of each other. I like doubling up at jungle. This is a good bait setup. You have Palace being watched, so everyone's finding a way to be useful here. And if this is going to be an A split, I think 3 good spots, to be honest. They've just got to make sure they keep their composure in the face utility, because that's what I think is going to probably catch him.
Curious to see how smoked off they get. But we've only got the one smoke on Fallen beyond the one that was just thrown out, so nobody actually has a smoke for the execute out ramp
They're
at
starting
all.
to freak out a little bit. They got spotted from the ramp.
Gonna pop this open, expose you, Kindar. That's a sitting duck. And Zero repositioned so that G can go for another peek. That's gonna confirm bodies coming out through ramp. Fallen, slow burn mid-play. Threatens this smoke grenade, but looking to buy time still. Cat player's gonna kind of force his hand. No, he tucks.
He hears Jamyoung, and that's scaring him back a bit.
20 seconds. They're going to throw Quesarado over top. Mercury's ready for that play. And then Fallen tries to make his move late. Lineup damn near denied. And a single casualty on the side of TYLOO as suddenly we have a 2-round game.
They just need a tempo change now. I feel like that's going to be a really disappointing round for FURIA to lose. But also excellently played for TYLOO. I mean, they maintained their composure in that spot where they were stuck up versus connector. Okay,
That's
that was just
Beagle headshot. Extra mustard.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
we've been hanging out too long.
Yeah.
And this CT
Nice round
side-
out of G. He also gets that first frag, timing HE to the bottom connector, finds Kinder.
It's a flawless CT side so far out of TYLOO. Pistols back in hand for FURIA. Like you said, maybe a change of pace. Those were the successful rounds TYLOO's T side managed to win. And then we're gonna get that cat challenge comes out. Desert Eagle kill for Moseyuh. AK upgrade instantly. And as Mercury tries to add himself, oh, it's Fallen with the triple! Excuse me, just the double kill, picking up the AK off Moseyuh's efforts and putting it to work. G gets executed on the murder hole.
That's absurd, man. Because, yeah, it looked like it was Moseyuh coming in. Playing there for Fallen, the rifler here for FURIA. That is a ludicrous 2K to get.
Yeah. My thoughts exactly.
Yeah, that was pretty legendary. Oh man, that's a rough moment for that to happen to TYLOO. They were about to get not control of this game, but like nearly tie up.
You brought it up, right? Little tempo shift, and that fast cat play catches you off guard, puts an AK in the wrong set of hands.
I would honestly ask, like, why are FURIA even playing slowly on T side after what they did in that first half?
Sure. It's a valid question.
Longer rounds burn more calories, which you just can't afford late at night.
TYLOO trying to make it happen, but now you've got Moseyuh tagged down low. That M4 sits on 17 health. The 5-7 dies empty-handed. Jungle connector fully smoked off. And that means this wounded Moseyuh's got to be extra cautious as to not just throw his life away without value, but that offers up the bomb plant and a strong post-plant position here for FURIA as well. So they're going to go back-to-back round wins after the 4-round streak from TYLOO. That cat smash with the Tech 9 And now FURIA, sensing blood in the water, already setting up the save denial with a Yakindar play through the B apartments. Feels like FURIA, once they know this round is guaranteed, are gonna try to rack up costs, but good on Moseyuh to secure an exit here for him and his teammates.
That's the way out for everybody. I mean, slows down FURIA, who really want to just crush these guns if they can, knowing full well TYLOO are gonna save right by the hot rod.
It's stuck. It's the MP9 player. Get it, Jem Young, get it.
Can't see it.
Did he get it?
He got
it. Thank you, production. For both the replay and that information. You guys are on the ball. Keep it up.
Well, the round before was tragic. This one was just really well earned here for FURIA. So, again, at least TYLOO with Moseyuh's kill have saved all these guns. Oh, he's walking into that, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh, and he gets away with no trade. G yet to pull the trigger.
Oh, G knows he's playing dangerous games, but he wants to do something. He's 4v5. They have full knowledge that he's opping here. Jumped right by it. That's also risky. It's kind of a crazy looking stack. It's like 3 and B. You've got an op ticket. If this ends up being a retake on A, I mean, I think forget about it. We saw what happened last round. They've got to make a move. See if they find this timing. FURIA have been moving slowly.
Yeah, that's one department where TYLOO could still find an edge, but as you reposition that op scope, Moseyuh comes through with the G frag as he tries to chuck those grenades out. So entries made easy. The lurk of Yakindar also pays off with the apartment's death on the side of TYLOO. And this round's going to be TYLOO with no legs to stand on.
A little X factor there from Moseyuh. Get that, deagle shot and then fall in to get the 2K, and then just no looking back after that. How many games are there like slight moments that get missed like that on an eco?
Yeah.
Where you never see a team make a comeback. Well, that's where FURIA turned water into wine.
Mercury's sticking around, wants to bring somebody down with him, but they're going to keep 2 defenders on the site just in case. Guarantees a 12, 5 map points here for FURIA. It still trips me out that Sid yells Harush.
Yeah.
As a Brazilian.
Well, it's not a Brazilian lineup, is it?
That's fair, but I remember I was in Serbia after the HLTV Awards, and I got into a shuttle with Yuri, Cerrado, and Sid, and we were going to the airport, and Sid's sitting in the front of the taxi and then just starts speaking to the Serbian driver in Serbian.
Oh, what?
Just having a full Serbian conversation, and I thought to myself, like, am I in a car with Sid? Like, I actually doubted that I got into the car with the guy, and then we got to the airport, we get out, and he goes, sometimes it comes in handy.
What?
Like, you're a man of mystery.
I love that. Is it because they boot camp there all the time?
I was thinking maybe that.
He just took the extra. This guy's just like some kind of polymath or something.
Yeah, what's the term for people that learn languages easy? Polyglot?
Polyglot?
I cast my 2-2 polyglot. Haste. I think that's the right term. Unfortunate the voice crack, but
yeah, it kind of like ruins the whole
polyglot.
Nope.
Potential final round of Mirage, just in the fact that FURIA have not let go of the reins since winning that Tech 9 rush up catwalk, and yet again Yakindar gets this close position uncontested. Bomb gets left back though, so FURIA still looking to just finish on their terms, all in due time.
Yeah, you can feel the tension they're putting on this. It's like TYLOO don't know what the best option to push is, if there even is one. They have had some regrets in these last couple of rounds, trying to make an aggressive maneuver, but they know what the guns they have. Like, they're not winning standard. They're not seeing enough. And, you don't.
He did nothing
couldn't
wrong.
Explain that to you.
And then Fallen takes the position. That's insanity. Because it wasn't even Fallen that got the wallbang kill. It's K-Serrato. So Zero's, you'd think, never going to assume, but he does seem worried about it. Cat player's got his attention now. Fallen just waiting for the smoke to fade. This is a really weird situation.
20
They've
seconds,
crossed paths, and now at the same time, the Arch player starts to hold. Jamyoung kills Yuri, and the B hit goes down with no success for FURIA.
This was a little bit silly.
Weird one.
I mean, I guess if they got the connector kill, the B players could have come back quickly through underpass.
Nice shot.
But they couldn't secure that from Cat. They couldn't secure it from the other side of the smoke, obviously, in connector. So, I mean, it wasn't as strong of a spot as it looked on its face. Now, the one thing is the Cat guy could have got his kill and get right, but that was denied, so. Felt bad for Mercury when that happens. Very, very important kill. And round here from Moseyuh. 3.
Yeah, clean shots. So TYLOO with a little more left in the tank, but we get this Moseyuh boost top mid. Not able to snap it over, and the nade's going to chase them back as they have to forego top mid control.
It also weakens up A a little. The CTs will think they might have to rotate soon. This is a risk from your Kinder because they've lost top mid control.
He hears that. Oh, he loud step. He did loud step, right?
Yeah, it seemed like it, but
And the Cat player was a little slow to react, but did react in the end. Yeah, they're going to drop utility. They zone him. He finds Sanctuary between the flames. And then Mercury from window clips Fallen top middle. So will Yakindar's ability to hang on to this position catch TYLOO off guard?
could have confused that step for his teammate in connector as well, so might not be totally confident. Smoke's coming in, now they'll know. Is this going to be a hard clear on Zero is the question. This will be a real test of his anchoring.
Yeah, G's back on ticket, but preoccupied. Trying to go for that cat climb. Yeah, good job by Zero. Good insta-kill on Yuri. Second player, though, queued up to play out through Palace, and that one's going to blindside him. Moseyuh wins the op duel. Bomb to be passed over. And we've got a scramble coming through from Cat, but fumbling the chance to get into that bomb site smoothly. Yakindar still stuck, waiting for the smoke to plume, now given a chance to go for the plant. As still, K-Serrato tries to cover. It's an uncomfortable one that gives up man advantage, but it's still a retake needed, 3v2.
And there's no smoke. Molly should have to, well, be really important. Yakinder hits a great shot, though, in CT.
Second player coming in from the same direction. Yakindar flushed out from the corner, goes down, and it's a K-Serrato 1v2 clutch queued up from Tetris. Cuts off the player in the site. Frag to soften up the next target. Jamyoung's got to run this, time's ticking quick. K-Serrato lies in wait, and it is excellence to close out map one, and the pick of TYLOO, which looked flat in the first half with only those 3 T round wins. A little bit of a comeback in the middle of that one with the start of the CT side, but FURIA prevail in their opening game tonight.
Well, look, I really tried to bat for TYLOO, and I really thought that there was something.
It's just a whole element of the game that otherwise you've never really put too much thought into, barring the timing of a reload. We've seen players that mag dump a smoke and then should have kept 10 bullets for that one guy that rushes through with a P250. That's about the extent of, you know, reload strategy you've ever had to think about with Counter-Strike. I love this. For a community that claims this game is a tactical shooter, this system belongs and puts a real gap between us and the arcadey shit of Call of Duty.
Wow, okay. I like COD, but whatever.
You haven't played a Call of Duty since like 2019, dude.
No, just never.
Yeah, just never.
I played COD 1.
Hey, dude. Keep it up.
On PC.
Oh, I'm stoked. Okay, but there's a game at hand, and obviously we're not we're not dealing with the new patch, are we? I like that Nat, coming from Dota, thought that maybe we'd be on the new patch with this one. Like FURIA and TYLOO will be our guinea pigs? I don't think so.
Yeah.
We gotta wait. We'll give them
potentially weeks.
Yeah, actually.
we will wait patiently for our incremental changes.
Ooh, Zero's got the kill back from Banks, so retakes on.
Nice shots.
And forced reload. That would have been 4 bullets wasted. Fallen would be down to 24.
Oh, he's in the open, actually.
Hey, oh, you're not really covering the diffuser the way you think you are. Zero's just going to get the kill instead. It is a 10-second stick. That's fine. But that's never trust your friends is what I've just learned with that play.
Yeah. Or your farts.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? Well, just with the ammo thing. How many situations is it going to affect? Like the smoke spam situation?
Right.
You use all your ammo. It's not like you have any penalty for using your whole mag to spam the smoke.
I think it's really going to have implications when you've already had a couple of gunfights. Let's say start of the round happens, you get a couple kills, you're 50 health, you got 2 magazines left in the back of the bomb site.
Not to reload in
Yeah,
some
exactly.
situations.
Like, you know, those moments where you'd go from 15 back to 30 for your, you know, final hold of an attempt. It's like, well, if you know you're going to lose 15 shots, at that point, do you just wait to reload?
This is perfect for the Scream comeback.
Okay, yeah.
You get more one.
Yeah, that's supposed to happen.
He announced it. Rookie of the year.
I also wonder, I mean, dude, the implication here is, what if we start dropping full magazines on death like grenades? When a player dies, if they still had 2 magazines in their gun, those drop at their feet, and then you can pick up fresh magazines off corpses if you have the same gun.
7.62.
Yeah, exactly. Damn it, it's not a 9mm. Conversion round here for TYLOO, meant to hit the scoreboard. Fallen's got other ideas, and Yuri's working alongside him with the Tech 9. You've got an MP9 pinched into the corner of long, and the 4 spies working here for FURIA. They've got space inside of the site. They got a bomb plant secured.
Oh, he has a molly. Jamyoung not using it. Re-smoke. They're going to try to peek before that.
Ooh, it hit the curb. Didn't bounce fully, and they're going to use that gap to their advantage. So they thought. Yuri presses the M4 up against their heads, gets a quad kill in round 2, and robs away any hope at a CT side pistol round momentum.
CT side with the pistol. You know, you're swimming on in success if you're on Overpass, but pre-game interview showed us how scared, honestly, TYLOO were to play against FURIA, specifically on this map. No half is going to be easy.
I think if you didn't catch it in our pregame interview, G, very little confidence in their ability to do much versus FURIA on Overpass. Says that, you know, you don't really get much practice on a map like Overpass regionally to this level for certain.
It's also just so stompy.
Yeah.
Like when a team is playing well, no matter who they are. It was like ZywOo went 16-0 at Krakow, nice. I think it was. And yeah, it's like when you I don't think any map snowballs harder than this. Nothing will make you feel smaller than losing by a few rounds on Overpass.
Oh, yeah. Be a real suffocating map of Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Does Counter-Strike have any snow maps? Sub-Zero? Was that a thing back in the day?
Yeah, the FM Pwn map.
Okay.
But it wasn't in the pool.
All right.
Yeah.
Thinking.
Well, there were, yeah. Oh. What was that CPL map? That was, look that up.
It's just as somebody who lives in the snow half of the year, I really don't like snow maps in my video games.
It's also they're super bright is the problem. Yeah.
I know it's fun and novelty.
The new season that Pwn made was that snowy or just white? Actually, maybe it was just white.
Shot. P250 kill is something to marvel at, but that's about all they get. 3 players still survive for FURIA as they take control of the situation. Did Fallen just call a strat off numbers?
00A?
He just went 00. I thought he said 0008, 529er, 59er.
Is he in a plane or something?
Damn, man, this guy's coming back with strats.
Late at night, he turned on Wilton OS.
And we've got a very unlikely outcome here for TYLOO, barring death aplenty. There's 0 with 1.
We're putting it together.
And G, low HP, coming out from heaven, rotating down into his demise, which at this moment is going to be a 12-1 Yuri, 4 rounds into play.
Things you love to see.
Quesarado steals it. That's fine. Still racking up the frags at the start of this game is Yuri.
Yeah, AS Tundra. That's the one I was thinking
AS
of.
Tundra.
Yeah. That was killing me.
Well, glad to have you back. Just in time for the first gun round here at a TYLOO. And they're going to use those guns aggressively off the bat into the fountain control. Yakindar, will he be worried about it? Concerned about the party fight, and understandably.
Fallen doesn't...
And he's not considering this at all. He's going to get caught on the reload.
Oh, he got spotted.
Oh, never mind, he got away. And now Mercury's got to unravel this forward setup. Moseyuh hanging on to connector for the time being, and it is just Yuri down there.
It's a scary spot for him to be, as his teammates falling back. They're, okay, going back together. Plus, they have G on long, so not too bad here towards A. Looks like he'll be able to be escorted out safely. Problem is now, what do they do? Are they going to leave to go B? Because this nade comes in, they start to get worried about the other side of the map. FURIA are planning to just walk up here. Moseyuh not responding to this front side A smoke. Don't mind the position from TYLOO, even with 2, but G, if he gets caught off, well then that's a problem. You only do that when you actually don't think it's the site.
Easy pick off.
Damn.
As Jam Young feels the need to get active, and that just opens up the B side.
Oh, they're just going A, then B, then A, then B. Like they're getting worked here. There's smokes landing everywhere.
Just as G anticipated, FURIA being a real nuisance here on their map pick.
How did he do that? Did he just like flick up and
I don't know.
Wall bang the floor? That what? Can we see that from Molodoy's POV?
Yeah, production. Can we?
Please. I'll say please, unlike Connor. He doesn't really do that.
That's true, actually. That's a valid point. Oh, I'm really just a piece of
work.
We'll get there.
Just gotta make sure nothing funny happens right here.
4-1 T-side kickoff.
It's for Molodoy, so.
Now, if he starts speaking Chinese. Oof. Yeah.
He was just waving it around, man.
What are you doing with that thing? I mean, that should have been the free kill. That could have had them second-guessing B site. Mind you, Yuri's simultaneous A kill, so it's like they did actually have openings both ways. But yeah, that kill could have changed things. How soon do you think we could play on the new patch? There's no way we do it here, right?
I'm down for next round.
I mean, it's not like they changed maps or lineups or...
I don't think anyone would complain.
I feel like collectively we as a community could enforce it here at BLAST.
If you're scared to play on that patch, you need to retire now.
Okay. Oh, but I didn't get time to practice.
Yeah, what are you gonna practice? Alone in a server or something?
Yeah, it's not a gun balance thing. Ooh, it is one of those odd changes that's like pretty significant, I think. but also...
When you say pretty significant,
Yeah.
compare it to another patch.
Oh, that's a great ask.
What's pretty significant here?
Okay, it's
Because
not
like in my
as-
head, I'm thinking this isn't that hard. I think it's going to lead to some situations, but I don't think it's that hard to like.
Okay,
I don't think it's freaking you out every second of the round.
It's not as big as dropping grenades. That's still hands
Okay,
down the biggest.
that's fair.
That's the biggest change, right? So if the scale is dropping grenades at the top,
Okay.
and
And the scope thickness.
okay, the scope
changing.
thickness at the bottom.
Scope blur. Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's those two. Okay, we've made the scale. If that's the scale, 10-1, I would put it at like a 5.5. 5.5, 6.
I don't even know what to equivocate it to.
Yeah, I don't know
though.
anymore
Yeah.
either.
Also, scope change was somewhat significant.
I think you're going to catch. I mean, for people that have played this game for over a decade, I think you're going to catch a lot of people off guard with it.
I just hope people run out of ammo all the time.
Yeah,
that would be the most fun. Whoa, Gazer in and out. No, he's dead.
Top con players. Okay, Desert Eagles and 5-7s are going to prevail down here on the B site. Fallen.
They have
5
run out
seconds.
of time.
Will not plant the
can he
bomb.
plant?
He
Nope.
has missed his time to plant. There are players all around him. Ooh, TYLOO stacking the B bomb site, still only survive with 1. That is an awkwardly low amount of time to go into a B bomb site with FURIA.
Yes, that took a long time for a team that should be very good at going through things here on Overpass.
They've just looked so comfortable that my apologies, I was creating an arbitrary scale. And all of a sudden, 5-7s go roaring through the attack. But there's gaps in the smoke there. Very awkward round. Whoa.
Yeah. Saved. Saw Moseyuh up here in a previous round, but wasn't spotted. Just fell back out of that position. Great angle for a fight into stairs. Someone's going to come up him. If, I should say. Oh, no, he's already peeled back. Ooh, they got to be careful. Moldo could catch something. Oh.
Like that?
Yeah, do you want to go through the 2 walls here? Ooh.
I mean,
he's like...
He doesn't know if he's still there or not, but odds are he's not far off.
Here's the hard clear.
Oh, missed op shot, but Yuri's got you covered. Confirms another bathroom dweller.
Spotted again.
Moseyuh looking for an exit. It's just going to have to hold the ground now. And as he flashes to the left side, he tries to pounce on the... Oh!
Whoa!
What a shot!
One more, come on.
Fallen turns it back the other way. We go 3 versus 2 to the favor of FURIA. Yakindar's probably going to test that smoke on the Opera's fallback, but it's being held.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even need to go A, technically. The bomb is in a position to go down the stairs, but...
15 seconds.
Yeah, now
Yakindar feeling locked in, and he finds the great timing. Jam Young thinking, surely that second player's got to be inbound, but they haven't seen the bomb.
Oh!
Caserado, insta-kill. Some beautiful, dare I say, succulent headshots throughout that round. What a sequence.
I feel bad for Jam Young because he's just like wondering what they're doing. It's so late. Are they really going to try to go A? Like, is this a walk up outside of bathrooms? And somehow Yakinder finds timing. This is one tap of the night for me.
What the hell?
That was awesome. Really great round from Mo. We've seen some great rounds out of Moseyuh, to be honest, like aim-wise. Putting together some cool shots. Blunt Fangs. Overpass the lowest rated map in the last 3 months for both Moseyuh and Caserado.
Whoa.
That's interesting. That matters. It'll have to be the Yakinder carry then. I mean, the Yuri carry.
I was going to say, I feel like
Yeah,
Yuri's
he's
the
already
guy
doing
then.
that. Yeah.
Keep it up, Yuri. How's G going to save the day with the solo op this round? Positioned inside of the A site by the sign. And with pistols around him, he's going to go for the boost.
Yeah, let's get vertical. Uh-oh. That's unfortunate because that was a kill lined up.
Oh, yeah.
Another one on the signpost. They're ready for it. Gee, touches the fire. The flashes are working a little too well everywhere.
Yeah, Opper only now gets a chance to fire, and it doesn't quite connect. Insta trade back from Yuri, locking down long. And that's a fallen bomb plant to guarantee the 6-2 T-side lead.
They really had to find a way to push back into bathrooms when that was coming in. When a boost like that fails, so it's a little awkward. You don't have the utility to make the space you want, so it was impending doom, I think, in their minds when they didn't see anything. Have you ever thought about how you might, if you wanted to, change Overpass to like make it faster, or to make it less, to make the map feel less big? Because if you actually look at like the volume of space or like rotations,
right,
they're not technically longer than other maps. It definitely feels that way when you play. I mean, especially if you have like blue control.
I'd say it's something I haven't really thought about because I just kind of like Overpass as is.
Yeah,
yeah. I like watching it. I like playing it.
Map. I just think that there's only a few teams that truly are good enough.
That's fair. Right,
yeah.
right. And whether some changes could kind of bring the average Overpass play up a notch,
or just not make the great team versus not so great team so one-sided.
Right.
Because that also means those rounds are a little longer, but still one-sided. So it's kind of, I think there's, yeah. But I would never say it's not a solid map. It absolutely is.
Snap here for Moseyuh. Oh, yeah, into the head. How unnecessary is that?
Ooh.
How's that into the brains?
That's spectacular. Sensational.
Meanwhile, G taking a couple shots to get his, but Opper and an M4 answer. Connector player's looking to blindside Moseyuh, but he's not putting his guard down. He falls back into the site. It's the fact that he tries to go back at it, and that just gives Yuri the answer. Now we've got separated defenders here for TYLOO at a man disadvantage in 50 seconds. Full-blown execute comes over top.
All right.
Fluster Zero's position for a second. What are you made of?
Yeah, it's a full test here for Zero. Every nade in the book. Not
G's here
dead
to
yet.
try to help. Fallen goes over top of him. And now G trying to find a chance to strike back, but Moseyuh's got the peak covered off. And that is the 7-2 lead established. I have often thought, though, Launders.
Yeah.
What if the monster pipes were widened enough so that you had more space to push through them side by side, but one smoke grenade was still enough to block them? So it doesn't affect utility usages.
But the only thing is just current meta.
Yep.
B rushes are like the main way T's win already.
Right.
That might be the
we got to work on the other side.
Yeah, like I was thinking if you could connect along with bathrooms, maybe it justifies more of the space that you don't always use every round.
Right on the CT side.
I think maybe the problem is that sometimes you lose the round on map control and you're just too far away to change plans.
Right.
And that's when it gets kind of dull for a second in those bad spots.
That's fair.
Or good teams can punish you and then you're totally screwed. But maybe it is good to have a super skill check map that where the best can, dominate. I mean, that also makes sense. It's just it's an update today, so now I'm just thinking about
we're thinking,
update.
Man. Creative juices flowing. What about a second connector, but a simplified one that connects the bathroom half wall to graffiti down on B?
I'm into it. Let's put an elevator.
Well, an escalator. Actually,
People are still innovating on the map.
Let's just take that train out of the map while we're at it.
I think they should increase the frequency of stops.
I think they should open the door to the nightclub.
Yeah, they should let us into the club. It's a great place to save over there.
This close push.
Flash is good.
Dismantled by the flashbang. Barring the missed smokes out of the TYLOO side, utility's been strong, and it unravels a setup towards long again. And what seems like a fresh setup as well, so I'm impressed that they're prepared for it. Moseyuh picks up a position that will be locked in until Molodoi leaves.
It would have to be a weird flick, but that's the kind of shot that Molodoi specializing in right now.
I mean, I'm still shocked we didn't get the replay on that wallbang headshot flick. Oh. Well, Molodoi starts throwing grenades. That'll offer his life over. 5-7, good for the one up close. And we go 2 versus 2 at 20 seconds. Bomb's a little bit labored in terms of getting scooped up. Sounds like that smoke missed. Oh, yeah, it did.
It did.
It did. And so Heaven retake made easy. Quesarado kind of feeds Yuri to the wolves.
If this HE is perfect, it kills one.
Moseyuh 2 kills into the round. We've said his aim has looked good. Well, 11-7, trying to be that beacon of hope for TYLOO. Frag grenade onto the diffuser, damn near kills the man. Op misses its shot. He's going to go for the diffuser now. Quesarado.
Toying with them.
The accuracy he lacks in utility, he makes up for with the rifle.
And the nade was still pretty good.
Yeah. No, I meant the smoke he missed on Heaven.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that one.
He wanted a clutch.
Yeah, you can't blame the guy.
He said, Yuri, I'm going to use you as Weapon X. Let's get aggro. Oh, so frustrating. Quesarado's jiggle peeking you. If you watch the demos, like, no one's more annoying. Like, you see him, I don't know how he does it. It's like you're just trying to stare at a quantum vibration.
Whoa. That's good for the soul. Jam Young under threat here as the full commitment from FURIA is coming his way. Bomb already exiting through Monster. Support's on the scene, though, in this Moseyuh Heaven arrival. Clean shots again. I want to talk about these little shoulder jiggles, dude. The fact that he gets bullets out while he does them.
Yeah.
Frisky business, and Jam Young gets stomped on by Fallen, who gets traded back out. Moseyuh multi-frag again. A triple kill from Heaven now. Mercury's got one for the road, and we've got a little left here in TYLOO. Excellent answer as that rotation comes down and delivers.
They really wanted to make it a raw aim map affair right there inside of B, but they couldn't keep up, actually. That's really all about TYLOO showing off their individual skill, which has always been the story.
I think these moments are also being offered over by FURIA because of this comfortable 8-2 lead. Nice. Surely feeling like they've been in the driver's seat since the start of this game. Just so much comfort here on Overpass for them. Forward press TYLOO over towards Playground. It's gonna feel like there's no resistance because it's yet again an all-in B hit. Yakindar waits for Zero to pop up, and, well, Zero takes one with him. Jam Young, meant to die to the Tech 9, now lost in the smoke, drops the bomb, and you've got Yuri with the trade back. Molodoi hunting towards G's Heaven approach, but while the bomb still remains on the ground, that opens the door for TYLOO to threaten the flank. G does the same thing from Heaven, popping open the smoke momentarily. Bomb gets scooped up, surely.
They're
Taking an extra second.
now.
And in that timing, Moseyuh's found a chance to strike one down. Quesarado posted his clutch. Let's see if Yuri can do the same.
I assume they're expecting a CT push because they would have expected him to get the bomb back. So if he wants to reroute, go back up to A, they might be frozen in place for a second, just watching their flank. Yeah, because it's so hard to clear, I think G pretty much has to sit here because they, you know, the likelihood he goes graffiti and Yuri knows he gets a free plant off. So, I mean, in the form that he's in,
right,
maybe something special happens.
You'd have to end this half 20-6. Puts the smoke down before it.
Ooh, can you win it from long? That's, I feel like, a reach.
With 17 bullets in the magazine.
But the time is ticking, and they're scared. They think he's going to push.
Mercury's the one without a kit coming in from bathrooms.
This is actually the perfect play, Yuri.
Come on, Yuri. They're considering it now. Oh, that's damage onto Moseyuh in the backdrop. Hell of an attempt from Yuri. Great reposition out through connector and to make it happen back around. Final 2 rounds of the half go the way of TYLOO. Much needed T-side pistol up next.
From my sense, a rivalry is something that tests you to your limit and shows you your limits. It's something where there's a lot of emotion because of how hard it can be to overcome the rival. There's a beauty and poetry in it because the rival is holding up the mirror to your weaknesses and they're exposing them, and that's frustrating to deal with, but then you're forced to be honest with yourself and to try to work through it and to become better. And that is what both you and your rival want. And I think that's one of the most special things about competition. I think one of the things about the Fnatic Envy rivalry that was interesting is that French and Swedish Counter-Strike, I think, was really important to CS. With Envy, you had this kind of combination of like crazy firepower and personalities with that French energy. And then you also have on the other end of it, the stoic, calm, also villains of the time in the Fnatic roster, where they didn't show us the super deep level of strategy and tactics, but they showed a mastery of how to mid-round. As well, the AWP was obviously got nerfed thanks to JW and Kenny S, and so you also had in that rivalry the best AWPers, and the 2 AWPers that understood how to play aggressively with the AWP like nobody else. But I'm thinking back to the early days of CSGO with that kind of French-Swedish rivalry. I'm thinking about that stylistic difference and how both of those teams were showing the best of CSGO in different ways. I think Liquid was very important to shaping narratives in North America because Liquid was really the first serious team in North America that showed a culture-defining change. Liquid had moments of much greater success than others. Later on, you got this edition of the Twist lineup, where eventually they did beat Astralis. This, I think, elevated all of North America along with it. It was necessary for them to do that because Astralis were showing mastery of the game in so many different levels that to compete against them was so infinitely difficult for basically anyone and everyone. And so everyone was studying Astralis, and Astralis were essentially making a student of the entire scene. And I think Liquid was one of the responses to the cultural impacts of Astralis.
Always meant to be a difficult battle. TYLOO knew it from the get-go, that without Mirage, this series was going to feel a little more dire, and 4 rounds on the CT side of one of FURIA's favorite map picks. Well, even if this is statistically a worse map for Cacerado and Moseyuh, that's fine, because you've got Yuri comfortably 17-7 after the attack of FURIA.
Lots of potential left, too, to make this even worse. This is the unfun side here for TYLOO. Their work is cut out for them.
Okay. Moseyuh will have nothing to say about it. The CT pistol, 0 on for a multi-frag moment. Ooh.
Oh, that's nice, 0. 3 frags off the dualies. These guys have so much one-tap potential.
Retakes on, no kit. Oh, okay.
Make it 5-0.
No way. Right there. No!
Oh!
Ace out of 0. Picks up the Berettas and whips them against them. Beautiful one taps in the middle of it all.
0 to hero.
A much needed pistol at that. Sprinkle on the style points.
I mean,
Red Bull, ace of the day.
And we look at even the third kill alone. It's just so clean.
That's so good.
Oh, that's fantastic. Always love it when a new name gets a moment like that to remember.
Damn. 95 damage headshot as well on the last player. Should have just given it to him for free. Fallen's 5-7 with one. Desert Eagle towards connector. Careful now. TYLOO picked up the first pistol and lost to the force buy in the first half. Same could still be done, but blindsided by Moseyuh. Moseyuh, quarter health now. Other side of the map. How does he position himself to win this?
Unnerving situation, but I mean, Moseyuh making this move means he either goes through to short, really starts to think about getting back to A eventually through bathrooms, which it looks like he is just going to try to cover everything. Really playing to win here. I don't even know. Does he run over a couple of grenades maybe along the way, but the door's closed? He wouldn't even know about it. But it's a commitment to this side of the map, so should be smooth sailing here for TYLOO. If you had more HP, we could talk. Zero pistol ace, and it's not just a regular ace. It's a fantastic ace.
What could have been 3 one-taps in a sequence. I feel like we just round up that last frag and let him have it.
Who's this pervert?
Well, hey there, Chris.
Jamio died. Wanna come inside for a popsicle?
Not bad. I know how hard it is for you to hit those notes,
that was
Mohan. You
tough.
get extra credit.
I was just thinking everyone's probably just going to think it's you.
Yeah. It's usually my shtick.
Two-round game, but no rest. TYLOO have had these stolen away before.
It's also still such a limited buy decision here for FURIA. But one made with confidence, clearly.
Moseyuh backs up carefully here. You know, Caseroto's guard's down. It's possible he just gets his noggin popped. But also carefully on the cement side. Moseyuh calming something. And your Kinder about to see something. They know now it's an A play likely. Moseyuh. Oh my goodness. Wait. What?
That was awkward.
Yeah, I thought Moseyuh saw that first.
Moseyuh trying to keep the threat up at the B site. They confirmed the one. Moseyuh is still trying to find contact towards bathrooms. As he peels away, he drops the ball. Zero comes through with the headshot. Awkward moment here for FURIA across the board. Yakindar hit
Nice
by
flash.
the flashbang. G kind of saves that one. Or else Mercury was about to get Famas busted up. And instead, this winds up being a round that looks damn near, from the outside, flawless for TYLOO. But in reality, a lot of that was on a knife's edge.
Totally. And there's a couple of, shots, sprays that could have been a little better, but TYLOO, they created enough tension that those mistakes would happen. They kind of guised where they were attacking from. They threw the flashes when they need to. They popped at all these different timings. That's caught FURIA off guard. So that's when the mistakes happen.
Game on, TYLOO. But still a couple allowed to survive here for FURIA, so they don't get bottomed out. This was such an awkward engagement. That jump up, yeah. Took Caserado an extra second to realize that he had seen something. Moseyuh escapes within that. And that G-flash makes sure that there's no costs once they hit the bomb site.
They're really running into this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Not ready for Caserado to be so active. Operating on his own with that M4 though, that's the best gun FURIA had to the ground.
They won't spend any time trying to guard it. I think they just hope that FURIA are going to maybe go in that direction. And they have, in fact, re-expanded a little bit. Fallen will be first noticed, but he takes a peek, doesn't see anything, so they decide to go forward with the wrong stack. It's a nice call here for TYLOO.
But as the heaven smoke lands, at least they follow through with the flashes as well.
Make sure you can't see anything over there.
Fallen still finds Sanctuary. Zero's found him, clears the barrels, and Fallen's gonna go down empty-handed, and only Molodoy had actually taken a sniff down towards this B site to try and help, so...
They didn't toss those guns, right? So there's an upgrade.
M4's found. AK also nabbed. You move into the next round with an extra rifle than you came into this one with. But we are looking at a tied game, Mohan.
A T-side should be so difficult. But after that inspirited pistol round at a 0, I'd be believing as well.
It's a 4-round T-side streak where we've had FURIA come through with a couple of force buys. They haven't really given themselves all the tools for the job. On top of that, final last 2 rounds of the first half, also the way of TYLOO. Call this a 6-round streak. And we know that G wanted to get this series to Inferno. We just thought that it was gonna have to be via way of a Mirage win. He thought this would have to be via a way of Mirage win.
He was playing his cards close the whole time.
We've been waiting for real gun rounds coming through from FURIA, and here's their first. With everything you could ask for. 5 rounds into the half. Well, everything.
That's
Still a bit light for your Kindar. Artillery hits the B site, misses its mark. Caserado's still fine.
Threw it a little far. Doesn't even chip him much.
Ooh, almost, but Jam Young able to react to it, and first blood found for TYLOO. A man advantage to potentially take the lead.
That was kind of crazy. Oh. Just as that train goes by. Molodoy leaving the position. Will it be the wrong time?
Oh, scary approach there for TYLOO.
It's a lot of info.
But not working with an op of their own.
There's a time issue. TYLOO are going to have to rush this now.
And here comes FURIA, just stacking this bomb site to the brim. Yuri hanging onto the bathrooms, confirms 2. Flashbang finds its mark again. but you've got Fallen and Moseyuh to still try and surpass. Optimus held here by Serato. You know the last 2 CT spots. Oh, Moseyuh! But he doesn't stop the bomb plant unless, and he opts not to go for the wall bang. G with AK in hand, right there on the brink of dice. Moseyuh waits, and a missed shot. How? G peeks into it, wins the 1v1, and TYLOO take the lead.
No way. Moseyuh, he's getting the fight. He's hoping for that peak. G was feeling the pressure. Thought that Moseyuh is going to be wrapping around that smoke maybe. Baited the shot out, but the shot was bad.
By what felt like an inch.
Yeah. And this was a really pressured moment. Moseyuh heard info outside of A, saw them at the back of long at 27 seconds. So it's almost a no-go situation to even get there with the utility, scaling into an op. Rotations are already there. But there's not enough fraggers here for FURIA.
G again, credit for another perfectly placed flashbang.
Yeah.
Helps unravel that bomb site.
That's right. I was like Yuri front bathrooms.
Nice! Nice! Showdown.
TYLOO with a lead on Overpass. What was once 8-2, 8-9 now. Serato, not the only player stacked behind this pillar.
Oh, kind of ready for the set tactic. Though trade comes back. It's actually not a done situation just yet. But,
there we go. Moseyuh thinks he's going to be the difference maker by just barreling out through Monster. Instead, offers the 4v2 advantage back over, and the wallbang damage going to make this potential draw back towards the A site all the harder.
It's a rock in a hard place, but last round was too. They just need unfavorable trades here for FURIA.
Kindar already tucked in, gonna blindside G, and Yuri's got Mercury dead to rights. So easy cleanup here for FURIA. All it took was losing the lead to wake them up a bit.
Yeah, it's a crispy bounce back, just like that. Now, the tempo set by TYLOO, they wanted to make that one fast, unlike all their previous rounds. But because they're trying to generate a comeback, they're going to have to start throwing in different rounds, even if you don't really want to. We even saw on Mirage that TYLOO were trying to pull off those B plays, I think for the sake of proving that they're more than just A rushes, you know, like that they can do more rounds and win more ways, to not be one-dimensional, which is admirable, but they didn't really succeed in that. But I like the momentum call. Like, if it had one,
sure,
it would suddenly feel like TYLOO or they're not going to lose.
Right.
Yeah.
To just shift up and show us a different look like that. It's nice to know that, again, even though they say they don't have a ton of practice, they've got different pages to the strat book.
You do kind of have to give FURIA credit for the setup.
100%.
Those
double up on pillar.
Yeah.
Just secured it as well. No way for TYLOO to really unravel it from there. Eesh, Fallen eats that flashbang fully. He's lucky there's not a nade behind it to expose him.
They're waiting for a double up on that rush call. That's interesting. I don't think TYLOO really saw that as we did something wrong and weren't successful. That just seemed like there was no chance. But now that they've established over there, they'll go back to A. Not seeing anything. Are they maintaining vision outside of Monster? Is that why? So Moseyuh's got the op, yeah. That's kind of massive information. Around that 50-second mark, especially towards A, this is where it gets really tough. But again, they battled through this before.
And they've had good flashes to unravel it, so we'll see if Yuri picks a new spot and one that gets away. Such a dauntingly placed smoke. Oh, perfect! Beautiful headshots from Yuri.
What a fantastic game and the best round from him so far.
Hook, line, and sinker for the 3 players lining up. TYLOO thought they had just a moment to collect themselves. Instead, it's Yuri that collects them, one after another. Bomb dropped in the background, 0 down to 5 health, despite his best efforts this game. FURIA on the brink of going right back into the lead. And Fallen's gonna confidently stomp this one towards him. A headshot to close, FURIA 10-9.
And it's the nade timing. It's the perfect way to release the pressure in a situation where now you have extra players. You've got Yuri there, but Moseyuh already has full info on B. It's 40 seconds now. Now it's time to just frag, because you don't want to just sit back on the site and let them come up and trade like they did previously. And TYLOO were just hoping that they weren't playing for information, but that's not going to be the case anymore. It looks like FURIA are awake.
Shaken awake by losing the lead. And taking it right back thereafter. Daunting round for TYLOO, coming through with the single AK on G, and also late out of spawn, which wouldn't always be a problem, except we do have FURIA limit testing from long, from bathrooms.
Ooh, here comes the repeak.
And when they find all this space for free, for sure, a guy like Moseyuh is going to stick around.
He's just doing this versus pistols right now.
Pistols and that 1G AK. That's the threat you must be worried about. Bond leads the pack right now on Jamyoung's SPAC. That's what worries me. Yakindar's about to find it, drops it in the open. Flashbang comes up from the B bomb site, which just does afford Yakindar a little more confidence. If you can tuck into the deep corner of connector, value here for Yakindar with that kill and the position that comes with this.
Kind of got perfect moves from FURIA. They're coming to help Yakindar. They have that door blown open. It's TYLOO once again thinking they're being sneaky on A, but all the info is already here for FURIA.
I think when TYLOO says, like, you don't get great practice on Overpass, this is one of those moments where a lesser Overpass team would let you get away with these sneaky moves. But you're up against FURIA. They're going to push those flanks. They're going to find those timings. And they're going to really put the squeeze on an approach like this. So final attempt for TYLOO to just bust through that smoke on long. Bit awkward for a second there for Quesarado. Now he's going to have to bank on cover. And Moseyuh is going to offer it for the most part, but that single AK from G, third kill's hit. He got it. That's the quad. G, a single frag from the ace. And as he plants that bomb, 48 health. It's Fallen to deny him, but what a heroic moment he had at his fingertips.
Such a massive round right there at his doorstep. Not an easy play at all to make. So close to glory, and a moment where it would have had a massive impact on the outcome of this game. Gotta say, at least he got the kills in a moment like this, considering what they came into this with. But trust him with this AK. What an effort.
You could not have asked for a better moment to try to sprinkle in something like that. Oof, that one keeps FURIA on the edge of their seats, despite collecting a few rounds in a row now, sensing that they can get back in control of this game. Be cautious. JRaz doesn't like missed utility, and FURIA will be fans of it.
It's wasteful.
Galil's here for the approach. Missed chance for Fallen to strike. Moseyuh blinded in the process, misses his opportunity as well. Pops back up and drops one. Quesarado, they know about him. And so Moseyuh locks in for the frag. Swapping over to the AWP, space created, and a bomb plant guaranteed.
Real awkward. I mean, it's great to have a full flank like this, but with 2 players here, who's drawing aggro for you? Shadow spotted, yeah.
22nd frag to the scoreboard for Moseyuh.
What a map, man. He's had some great kills.
Some of his rifle play has been pristine.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be Jamyoung Town, but it's been Moseyuh all day.
And so TYLOO chip away at that lead once more. Majority alive as well. On top of that, an upgrade offered by Moseyuh for a round where they entered in with limitations in Galil's. TYLOO's T side has turned into a real test for FURIA.
Yeah, Moseyuh is kind of doing the minimum right now. I mean, he you know, fell back on his 1 kill. The free frags we've seen from him have been pretty extraordinary, to be honest, but the volume really isn't there.
G's found an early angle. There's been a lot of floating around that pillar. No boost out of the CT side, but a lot of bodies within this B site. 4 members of FURIA moments ago. Moseyuh starts to peel away.
This is the moment, if you're TYLOO, what you want is like a double HE kill. You want something that's a spam. You want to rock the B site a little bit before you go head on. You make it a 5v5. Honestly, FURIA only lost that last round by a small margin. Like, could have been luck involved. Trying to raw gun it into the site is... It's gonna rely a little bit on luck again. Oh, looks like they ate their own flash there.
Trying to dodge it. There's the pressure out of FURIA. Oh, and Fallen gets away.
How did he get away with that?
Smoke comes over top for TYLOO. They're going to try to answer here. Looking to come through with the commitment. Molotovs hit the ground. Fallen off the top box. Tries to fall back. Not given a chance to catch his breath. Heaven players coming through. Melted by G again. And this time, he sticks the landing.
No hype out of G after that clutch. He just put it together. Knows he left another one on the table, but it doesn't matter. He still gets his moment.
And so TYLOO fight on, and in the face of adversity here because of the way FURIA applied that pressure, not just sitting in a bomb site, bringing the fight to TYLOO.
Oh, it's insane rifling.
1v3 for an 11-11 game. T-side comeback on Overpass here for TYLOO. Have not won a best of 3 versus non-Asian competition in 6 months. And this would just extend play to Inferno, but that is where they had more confidence, and they will find first blood here in round 23 as well. FURIA looking to offer a 12th round to TYLOO, come through with a half buy, but that doesn't mean they don't have fight left in them. Yuri catches the timing on the jump up.
Yeah, no punish on the way back. TYLOO just have to be careful about one thing, and yeah, I think it's the info here outside of B. FURIA are, you know, liberally peeking this. And it feels like, I don't think FURIA are not going to second guess this.
Really?
Wow.
Really? This is what we're pulling out round 23. 17 health he sits in this corner.
Oh,
no.
He can milk it too.
Way. No way. Lines them up, but only gets the one. That 17 health comes back to haunt him. Here comes the connector player. Oh, he drops it. Pistol's fine too. It is G to the clutch again. And as he smokes off the short side, K-Serato's gonna peek Heaven in a second, but he's got his gun back out just in the nick of time. Still the headshot connects, and Yuri, what tomfoolery is that to secure their 12th?
They tried to make the most of his low HP, and they definitely did. But right when he turns around, he has to fall. Decides to try to milk this.
What is this, man?
They were saving that one for the major, actually.
And nasty
that's how hard
pistol
TYLOO
shots
pushed
sprinkled
them.
in, right? Desert Eagle kill for Moseyuh. Somehow,
unfortunately, in water, yeah.
Fallen winning the duel to connector.
That's tough. That's pressure. It's round 23.
That's what you do, Yuri? Ugh. TYLOO have brought so much fight that the 24th's no guaranteed to FURIA. But you can feel it as they get confident, push off of Party, little fountain control early, and nade damage for Jamyoung to have to stomach.
An ace and a 1v3 in this second half, and nearly a second to get to this point. So much grit shown. They don't want to let it go now.
Kindar slammed by the Tech-9. Fallen's got the answer back towards B, but that's only one of 2 B players.
Oh, they dropped their smoke. Back at spawn. How did it even land there?
A lot of missed utility coming out of TYLOO, to be honest.
Maybe it's optional, Connor.
Hit the headshots, baby.
We'll have to prove it now, yeah.
And Yuri's been doing exactly that. 23 kills to his name.
Will they blow this open or not?
Last time they popped it and he got those 3 frags, melted TYLOO on the other side of it. You know they'll be worried about something similar, but they do get tucked into connector.
Yuri smelled this. He sees there's nothing here. They're starting to make it over towards the B site, and this is where TYLOO have been a little bit obvious. This could be end of the line. I don't see a fake happening over at long as the bomb starts to make it over to B.
They start to pull back. Now that Jamyoung's been found, Fallen was on the retreat, and K Serato's caught out in the open. 2 versus 4 halfway there, but the Opper is gonna slip one over Moseyuh. He gets him back from the plant, 0 into the clutch. A missed off shot from above, but it's that M4 to strike, and it'll be Yuri, hero of the day for FURIA, to guarantee this is a 2-map series. TYLOO bring fight to the table tonight. A hell of a T-side comeback attempt. But at the end of the day, FURIA have shown us promise here at the start of BLAST Open. An improvement from previous goes in 2026. They stave off a hell of a challenge.